Life is full of difficulties. And even as a pastor or a minister, you are not immune from difficulties in life. The story goes of a pastor who was very much loved by his congregation, who cared deeply for them, but he wasn't the great orator. He wasn't a great public speaker. And he went to a pastor's conference, and there a very famous preacher got up to speak, and he was very well known for his ability to hold the attention of an audience. And this very well-known pastor got up and sort of told a little joke as he began. And he began to tell a room full of pastors, he said, you know, the best parts of my life have been in the arms of a woman that was not my wife. The congregation of preachers were kind of shocked at what they said, and when the speaker knew he had them, he said, and that woman was my mother. Well, everybody just laughed and thought it was an amazing little joke to get his message started, and the pastor thought, I'm going to steal this, I'm going to use this. And so that Sunday he got up in front of his church and in his own little folksy way said, you know, the best part of my life has been spent in the arms of a woman that was not my wife. And as the congregation kind of got shocked, just like previously, then the pastor with the limited oral skills said, and for the life of me, I can't remember who she is. You know, sometimes life's difficulties are our own fault. Sometimes they are brought onto us by others' outside forces. But no matter how it comes, life has some awkward moments and it has some very difficult moments. And human nature, we want to choose the easy path. We want to choose the path with no discomfort or no hard choices in it. And doesn't that really describe our point in history today? Doesn't that really summarize our culture? No one has the right to disagree with me. No one can make my life uncomfortable. And no one has the right to challenge me or to tell me that I'm wrong. You know what this is really called? These times, these difficult times are called growing up. It's called being a grown-up when you have to face a difficult time and when you have to listen to someone explain to you why you're wrong. There's not a lot of grown-ups today in our culture. If you're taking notes, our one simple truth is just simply this. In this world, believers will face challenges. But we face challenges with Jesus. Jesus had never promised you at all an easy life. He's never promised you a time when you won't face difficulties. If you've accepted Christ thinking that this was your get out of jail free card with everything that the world has to come at you with, you have made the wrong choice. Because in fact, Jesus says that they will hate you because they hated me from the beginning. And Jesus doesn't promise us a time of no difficulties or hard choices. But what he does promise, he promises to never leave us nor forsake us. You see, Jesus came to this earth the very first time because you were a sinner in desperate need of a Savior. And you chose, if you're listening to me, you chose to accept him as your personal Savior. And what he does after that, he takes your life and he turns it upside down. He alters the very core of who you are. He makes you sacrifice your wants and your desires for his. And if you haven't had your life turned upside down by Jesus, well, I would be very scared if that was me, because Jesus takes a believer's life and radically changes it. He doesn't always make it easier. In fact, he will probably make it more difficult. But yet he never leaves you nor forsakes you. And in those moments of difficulty, in that time of choice, what he gives us purpose. He gives us a promise to never leave us.